the man and the wager agono na ordinary achireme in painful one also. Luis Suárez mirror that is Montes and pass on at age 88. So from us here no, yes, he rational. That is a rest in peace. Baby Oboko be a debo for no. On Jino awa way to na. On many be a pan on today be she be no. Luis Suárez rest in peace. Say I don't be confused. Any Luis Suárez in the you know Firo Guano. The Spanish Ballon d'Or winner Luis Suárez in the way to na while John and Anna was said. So rest in peace to them. Now, as away from the sad note, you Chelsea one Jason unveil no quickly na yen how on your Messi na efa Chelsea Jason na Felix me pay the listeners na nka so be judge need major am listeners na wa join wa judge say we join on Spice 91.9 on Facebook next season Chelsea Jason wo be show it has been unveiled. Okay, you know then e be show on board then down the ado baba na why don't I walk out na da ba selling Jim photo do J Chelsea Jason na photo do neti for wa join no wonye bi na won hwe na it is what it is, you know. Yan fan nsen kan you know as at the time award the tum na yan so ye na ye dia mo the blender be hwe no to say joiner this is the Chelsea team no coming next is obutum na wa hye you know blue na blue dominated. Blue dominated. And when a crescent and so other left. And a crescent and so other left. And if you now would make a canon so what is some cremation then so white be that. Sleeve now no come regimes or that drip. Regimes not that drip I don't BBR look in or that say Chelsea fan a woman to one anchor. Woman to one anchor. When it new Jason and this is what how do you feel about it? Risk around PS1 in the Kitano no game. You know, PS1 no signal say it was back in the days in the 90s and influence PlayStation above Frono. Oh, okay. PlayStation 1 above Frono. Wow. To shoot no one oh there be there's an inspiration before the release of the JC no ohwe teasers are Chelsea no crana even with this shoot so ohwe obi otena ho na abayiwa na otena ho na minsasi etikopo so TV etikopo so what dey in sawoyo there be TV etikopo I just say buy in the 90s, you know. You know, I mean everything about this just, you know, is a retrospective something Chelsea team in the area. And say one monitor carefully just we know a replica of the Chelsea team in 1997-98 season no more the European Winners' Cup in that particular year. And say one more Franco Zola and Gianfranco Zola, Denis Wise, Roberto Di Matteo, Gianluca Vialli, don't show shooting Di Matteo. Denis Wise, yes. You know, when you're what's up, me Chelsea legends around. Wow. Around me sure Senka Obi say Gianluca Vialli say be umuya be part of the show. Chelsea for no more one more na woman to one nka. How New Jason and Nessis were bashing. If you saw you too raw, if you saw you too public, you too much. Or Jason on the minimum quay. But idea one of the elements all lacking the Jason frontline sponsor and cabin here the normally order Jason for top systems now. This is the only shelter. Club be our own villa. Not only be now they had to defend it. Chelsea team number fans and hopes selling between the one quotes now. What the team after the okay. Join on Facebook because you have different images exactly. Of the Enzo Fernandez. It is not a woman the brother assemble. Sound. Hey, the speed hits a boy and the Bonamasa. I know thing. Is it everything is Mami Enzo the another little detail be obi adwin enhye dam ozo de mama the man station me come at police station thank you mama we tikopo no so and we so telephone oh the telephone na enye da bi enye de ya wine kran ni bia e no hwe ne nche ho krampo na computer na ba face no face computer no monitor me bi si ho no Even no we use be Kevin the one who ko internet cafe. E ko so na yam adom fort ba mo do see order for shop.
Ukombebu pa. That is the details, of course. 1997,
one inspiration if you.
And all means are telling Benya sa Jason Namaya.
1997
the only difference near a corner, we are round neck. There are no much difference. Similarities, no adults womb kakra. And yeah, the antino Chelsea we be goalkeepers. Kit, goalkeepers kit. Sound.
But I've been saying,
when once again, share tape needs in the corner.
You're the Spice FM. Oh, and the Spice of the beach.
We tape one and okay, we tape.
You know the cassette shim.
The cassette shim. Those days, no, we are champion. We are champion. Pa, we be see. We say Gracia. Man for be bruta. How do we?
To build a concept for some of these shoots, or you'll be no.
Of course.
Look at how
build
a concept for us to unveil the JC. Now, I know the over for Yamu Chidi Yamu Okoye Kumo Kokone Fufu.
Sound.
Francis, my share.
Ah, yeah,
granted. Look at the concept of what they are element that kind of
yes, and yes, personalities in Kujina every single shoot, you know,
has a meaning.
Of course.
Has a meaning.
Of course.
Maybe it's a wire sponsor and Denima.
Okay.
Or maybe just in the back of the BB way film. This is just one.
It's not Chelsea's statement. I'm saying fans should be aware that the 2023-2024 home kit that features on pitch may subsequently feature a front of shirt partner. The club will communicate any changes to the kit in due course. In the meantime, there are no front hairline sponsors. Senior Jason is suggesting, but moving on, they are assuring supporters and they say there will be sponsors on board. I just say Jason in Sakraye
when your agreement be with any sponsor.
Exactly.
When your agreement be in it. So you appreciate the fans and maybe say why is this going on?
Of course. I mean that has been the norm. It has been the practice. So it is not compulsory. Should I say it's not compulsory?
Sure.
I mean in Tiamra say best season as ya chinchinia or say unya sponsorship the book watadi. But it is, in my opinion, it is better to wait and get a proper sponsorship deal rather than so be preparing who IABBA keke. You know, Chelsea supporters ninya botre. Maybe the Jason here come mami. That's how be chiri.
And you can say proper say. Omanya deal obi the deal bi aba na omo hwe sika ni so no omanya lucrative de ba ni nyina no
there is no and where to say the bebo because of
so it's not the best.
Of course
it makes it not the best.
It is the best, but because of
the best and I know
you see the reason why I make say
and then when it comes to contract signing, this is business. Obi disika pudu aba already most of the statement in Komanya lucrative any deal. But because of some regulations in the league, that is why I want to mean Fambo.
So it doesn't make it the best too.
What is not the best? It's the best deal. But because of the rules in Tina, I want to mean Fambo.
So the team is being restricted because of Emra.
So it's the best deal. Our team is a Nyamra league in Macombenya,
and so it doesn't make it it is impossible in the first place because of Emra. What's that say?
Yeah.
Emrantino, it is
who's there? And you say Chelsea short sponsorship number one. And you would have problem. And for now, all the deals are managing. I mean, this one Abanebia, Abanis changes what they are.
In terms of sponsorship near the boy Nimno.
I know no more problem.
That is the betting company. And to say the nano that will be chirichirimuno. I'm tempted to believe say it is the only lucrative one
because Paramount Plus is one of the biggest deal in Komunya.
Okay.
But because of the streaming.
and so Embra and Alliance. It's an Alliance deal net saying.
And also the same thing, big deal.
And also a huge deal. And I thought Bolly Musam
Hana and also Conco. Which is so far 3 deals. And deals in the Babet and yet deal it's better. Better. More to class 3-4.
Okay, so if it's better then I thought Bolly more train was
so we are open room company.
Sound.
And I saw no dear
because Paramount and also I think they are American company. Okay.
Even steak crumble no more American.
Okay. We are hoping for Omobe acting the best interest of the club.
Of course.
And Yama Akui.
Chelsea for the Chelsea fans in the day, you know, on man sweat. Just you know what Nike I am on, almost sweat evaporate.
Okay. Test on here,
yes. Almost shirt evaporate. Into say I got to do that way. Let's say really Chanel 1 4 months divided by 5. They are 97
Unya grade A, thank you. They're talking grade 10. They're telling the brain. And the crown the papa when you are because we know also when you're born in pounds at Jawa, we are 97. The Omo the European winners cup. No, the difference in Shada and Nimibri. Auto glass. And all her Chelsea crest in the crown pana different different those days. And our own brew at the moment. The Chelsea kids and then our banner.
Neck is different.
Neck is different.
The Chelsea fans and one in Hansi, your man to one call comment session. Just no tree and I don't tree. And I don't comment it from that sort of fellas Belgian been away in Nana or the Fona or the Amona McKenna, same Yanachi. Oba started or to I am PFH to Tumba Fitch, the Bapak and the Mana. Messi ne debe na obaba na Messi no na me hina wo twan mo abobobo na ade you betimi a confirm na ye da metie for the Lona Andres Messi kuchichi no wa chala ade July yo de na Miami funu bo hole na Messi Miami funu yes he is said to be unveiled just 6 days from today.
Saturday in Pomebeka is on the 16th. Obe touch it down on Miami.
Take it.
Na chese. Nyama konkan etibe ba yes wa che we no ni nchin wa show no
ti say how one visit no party no holidays holu cruise on Chile na team na no run mbon David Beckham no mbon he is calm what's the code there so le phone message chama say na me change message and ndo bend also why are the message about the message room painting kekebe why am Messi wo krumo no na nkasa kwa Beckham kwa jan kwa de twetwetwem fo hina de
fantastic
arrangements are in place the no on Chile bia obehwe na wo de boy na akire na se bibia ko equal dia na the 21st of July against that is Cruz Azul na Messi bo the first match for Miami for no so this is the Mura na ne kan wasa
Mura ahodwa ya
pose no chere
Miami.
Do you know Beckham?
Of course.
Beckham, yes. Beckham is posing with a mural and a painting of the player Lionel Andres Messi. So a small player them no wabo chrome all sounds what be say can nature sounds at the banks because in a year no about $50 million to $60 million. No kuku no that no. Nta wa go na pension no. Na dem iska kura na ye kan no kwa no. Bibi kura be ko anade be fi Adidas waba. Ibi nsumpo be fi that is Apple TV hono waba. With the sale of new jerseys from Adidas obetumu nya kakra and a subscription to MLS no so Apple TV and so on so wobotro kakra. Nti nempa kulo room okrom no mu no fellas. You can just imagine for so nimpa bebre na wolinya. Tell man American is carrying on vacation with no wife no number no in the Caribbeans. Or na wa have a fan kakra selling the holiday or vacation images nibi or what not that is the player pressure free inside that Messi no July we ya obe den oba kick ball oba touchdown Miami na bibiala wetum na wa akokama minwe everything one with the player in David here finally he is gone or two sides say a modern day football fan. You would ask yourself, why is such a goalkeeper being let to go? The Unja no just like that. Free. But the best be so that why is no club coming closer to David here? Minimal they say on the table, no people to mention one club will be also per David here. As it stands now.
Offers Bibri by even from Saudi Arabia.
No.
Offers Bibri by and because he was still in
he was not doing anything.
Oh, he was. No. He was still in a conversation with Manchester United.
No, I mean, chen, daddy. But I mean, everyone knows Manchester United want to Nana. Everyone knows that Chelsea know what Nana. Any player be other club be playing, you know these things. You know that Hurricane in the Bayern cannot do crime and pay. What in the whole zone about what you're watching is saying Abessa. David, you don't want to pay. It doesn't mean he's a bad keeper. But the game of football as stands now has grown to a standard where you'd have to adjust. Yeah, David is so at the bottom of our team. But more ninja in there, even under the coach not on penny side of play, no, he won the Golden Glove and Papa of Alex Ferguson not presented that man. As United for now to do the thank you flyers and OJ Jim Nodaman 12 years at Manchester United, he's had a very blistering career. Unfortunately for him, because of technical variations in tea. Although the team on such a bad note, for him as an individual, not one of you, if you're looking at no, I appreciate my talent. On the other side of the coin, so we blame on that. Okay, there is a coach who has a specific demand which I'm unable to adjust, and then they want to extend more contracts. No, he was even willing to reduce his salaries and all that. Still, at Manchester United went to one agree with him and the wage of honor call. And undoubtedly, in the era of football, FF the time of the Premier League up to now, fellas, personally, I've not seen any better saver than the goalkeeper in David here. He will proclaim what hand down pay. Since the year over England, no, any better showstopper than on the David. Even when I say look at the boy in you know, I want to start to prove the critics wrong. That down when the boy in your tate bone if you the Spider-Man. Ndoko. Oh yeah, but probably with you going not the all things being United being more than a goalkeeper. And the perimeter and I bet if from Baroy than I know Nano. Obotuno wa bana wa bahwe na nyawo akwina oda metima wo for Manchester United. So you congratulate David here. They win a very nice career with the team in Manchester. Finally wotum wager hona ordinary achimo be for United out to dinner ma Harry Maguire. The sepe Harry even wajini 80. Si sepe na wa to 30 for 50 bra. Oh yeah.
Na kwa training na oye bebrebe is on the cover on person on the cover of Portugal
onye easy training no ye ni na chin ko for that well well pungale yakwa captain Samban no ko was wo je finisem otenem po captain obeje finisem Harry Maguire no the cover training on do of the Konebo to Martinez na Lindelof na Varane mugidi what's 50 million.
United.
So behind said that
I'm new quite more force more captain out. I mean,
are they forcing you?
They are.
The price tag to the so release clause.
They are. And when Tanokra Hayuna near the Ankamu Pamon.
Yes, your general
Kamu Manako and Temkra. And then they Papa not say no, he's ready to compete and fight for a position. Man, that benefit of the I mean the man is not sleeping. When I da fane is a party or kwawari use a day or coach de kakra. Me sure say enjoyment name this one weekend. What resume the not very brutal. Oh, then you am pretty brutal.
15 on son, this type of Harry Maguire, yeah, 50 million of fellows on son. Because we're going to be 30 and keep on go be about 35 be cry. We want to add 40. No 50 million 2023 for Harry Maguire. A reprove Harry Maguire.
Yeah, be a one so a reprove, but elsewhere no amount
else no anywhere no one pay Harry Maguire we are able to 50 million. Why do I point no buttons would need you appointing and win your button, but you do not so dim 50 million for Harry Maguire in 2023. Engine 18 touch them better work up bia. So that is the talk account. If I fit to hold some question of the day, John Spice 91.9 FM on Facebook in the Bobunya Wafana Harry King no from another Harry to another Harry 100 million team and they were from Tottenham Spice Wally trend one is about to na waka. If you the boy away the 29 years and also the 100 million to or a realistic figure na the Journal Spice 91.9 FM on Facebook and for comments for so do you think that the 100 million valuation of the play in Harry Kane no or worth it and other on your realistic and say Jonah for comments for so now Felix and Jimmy no from non far more now me shall say with Harry Kane no undoubtedly since making a debut for Tottenham Hotspur in around 2018 the Felix he's been a very, very integral member of the team in Tottenham Hotspur, setting and creating numerous records. In the no one anywhere can say that the player in Harry Maguire Harry Kane, he's not a world-class attacker. He has proven not just a season, not just that is a few seasons, but numerous occasions. And if time and only or Tottenham Hotspur now, he had to go several times on loan. Only Chumu Luton Town, all best now come Wallaba, Norwich City, the Ababo, Leicester, that is City in 2018. Now, there happened to be a coach in Team Sherwood, no Baba take over the club in Tottenham Hotspur. On Harry Kane, ne breakthrough that is appearance. And since making the debut in 2018, he's never looked back. And the Wababa for club Tottenham to the extent they even all captain team assistants now. Why one of the best attackers or strikers in the world of football. This is the kind of talent I can want some. And if any agent in painful beside this time around that is 29 Mama you feel the 28 July or clock 30. Harry Kane was born on the 28th of that is July 1993. Until 28 and 1 clock 30. So he's not far away from getting the 30-year mark. So able to ask in the 30 points because just few days time now we did that particular year. And therefore from 2018 by 2023 now we are talking about just about 10 seasons. And a about team Tottenham Hotspur as stands now or the captain of the setup. To have such a player, to have such a talent who will be a 30 in 28 another 28 will be a 30 years no said call 2013 na said to 10 years nifima or that time no room no he was around the age of 18 and no making a debut another or started all ball consistently for team Tottenham Hotspur. Why that consistent for Tottenham from that time up until now? They say all 20 years in Bonus Fellas eteba from 20 years to 30. No say in the Obil Baba Fanakwa, you can just feel the heartbreak, the ups and downs, the crazy moments, and the unexpected magics are now Harry Kane constantly all your Tottenham Hotspur. Don't forget that along the run, in the presence of all those quality clubs, I work it discussion on Kutukumo walk market ruthlessly. More pen and one this lad has led Tottenham Hotspur to compete with them. To be in the twice in the EPL, no will finish as the second that is team in the top 4. Top 4 him done consistently. Even the Koya Kokobo the UEFA Champions League final with that feeder club in Tottenham Hotspur. He was still the leading last man. Now, more when the young a lot of players are will be in with a lot of expectations. What about Jijun Kofun Woniska? And when all banner about Shas no was answered your still Harry Kane war. Still Harry Kane not war. And one more Tottenham, why one of the clubs are going into the season, you underrate them. But you don't know as an individual. Why rise up to the occasion? Now, bomb a Tottenham win a lot of heroes. Laurels no trophies a day. Why I didn't have a boy able to move who Tottenham Hotspur? But the question is, if you have such a club, why acquire the one-man team? He's the only go-to person. Recent past Yana Human saw only see how far by the Bubu do standard on the class war. On show that class no consistently. It's about the last 2 seasons women saw. No, Mohamed Salah lectured the golden boots, but last season he wasn't even closer. Harry Kane said 30, still was golden boots on one side because we be as more than 30. In the name of what? People get the golden boot with 20 goals, 17, 25 and thereabouts. We be as 30. Nitim numpo into my bottle for nibi. See, Bobby said that Senke other coefficients around him with his stats, if they had also complemented his efforts, what the 20 boss order, what the 25 boss order, what the 15, what the 18, 19 boss order, in Katotia most person go into my bottle for Nibiana. That is how come I conclude by saying that the man or the lad, he's a one-man player and the obo for Team Tottenham Hotspur. That is a one-man team, because all the anyone who go Lawrence into the chiwo, I found myself to. No, so or drink goes anyhow. This is the kind of talent he can was more. And he's risen through the ranks. Oh yeah, early bloomer, or send a career as an originator, no sir. But when making the debut for Tottenham Hotspur and the team, he never looked back. And a while for Abebo do the standard. As also room for the World Cup in the Three Lions one Nigeria, while coordinating. So say, hey, if you Tottenham Mumponet no call the Three Lions man, a bonnet he is that consistent and so. Oh, they will be much work for no comfort zone man or a all along, that has been the argument for Andres Messi. They say Messi for Barcelona or call other club or to me yet. And I don't own to know here because no one comparing with Barcelona and then also the Argentine national team. Fast forward, they went to France, that's France, or Peru or sounds so here with the Argentine national team walk ahead of the World Cup. But for Hurricane, wherever he has been, he has seen, he has conquered. Felix, he just such a player, Wako. And then they can come Wako. And now, if finally, that's luxury to even put a price tag on him, you don't tell me it is 10 million. You don't tell me it is 50. 80 na harema go na wa sana sebe man you mpo onye bimbo stance now mpo na he no don't know what's 50 selling more some of the most expensive signings and ansem yotum na yenya ebebu so on the these players here what is some of this amount of money what they cover for one no ya this no Hurricane no on mpo no they came in excess of huge sums of money obi captain Aston Villa as a winger, not as an attacker, another striker, not as a number 9, not a premier point or leading marksman or captain Aston Villa, which is no closer to Tottenham Hotspur. On the World Cup Naba, team Manchester City, it was 100 million. Eduko was Nibinya about 100, that is 17.5. In excess of 100 million, and I would offer Jaguaration what they pay. Antoine Griezmann, first new week from 120 million Barcelona, more than 100 million. Ibinya Yao Felix. Bessel Benfica or Atletico Madrid. Only work to in excess of 100 million, 121. Enzo Demba, Team Chelsea, João Felix 127. Ousmane Dembele from Dortmund to Barcelona 135. Filippo Coutinho 135. Kylian Mbappe 145. Neymar Jr. 222. These are some of the players and I say we. Yenya wonder will if you club baby, one records and the yellow trend will be break. And to some players, age is just a number. And for the Amasha with Hurricane, he seems he's one of those players. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of them. Messi is one of them. Hurricane is also one of the players. Unlike the Neymar, on the only unit that Sabi always say, on Hurricane, only unit that Sabi last season, you women, no less 30 goals in the English Premier League. Me funny Europa League, the other competition Champions League in Ponfanko, just last season on Coutinho. In the domestic league, that was in the numbers. And if for no consistency. From 2018 and American was some Felix. We were in 14-15 season. 34 matches, no less than 21 4 assists. The next season, 25 1 assist. The next season, 29 7 assists. The next season, 32 assists. The next season, 17 4, 18 2, 23 14, 17 9. Last 2 seasons was 17 goals, 9 assists. Last year, 30 goals, 3 assists. Look at the consistency. Mpenedudu Hurricane save team Tottenham Hotspur. If you want to put an amount of money on such a player, let's say catch him that is 100 million Felix. It is not out of the way at all. Because the players number one in the mono, Jack Grealish, Antoine Griezmann, Enzo Fernandez, João Felix, Dembele, Filippo Coutinho, Kylian Mbappe, and Neymar Jr. One would be anyone born a boss in the play in Hurricane. One would be anyone go in the chess in Hurricane. I want to put 100 million. Now to the age factor, he's just 29 years. And 29 with a style of play Hurricane or Boniface. What to a modernist years back on. Jamasha with Hurricane or Tottenham with the Three Lions. What to a modernist years back on. Instead, Harry 100 million said no combine Munich and Manchester United. No so more 6 seasons. I do Champions League a BNB room. I do domestic league a BNB room. I do cup matches and I cup trophies and also a BNB room now in your 6 years. If one more 6 number 5 company will say yay. And as it stands now at Tottenham. Most of the be a why as an individual.
Okay.
Cap no one to manage. One more boy no one monko be for no gonko GB. Keke. Nini Steve no complete. For an answer because of the EPL record into no say more as me between the Hurricane and Ivan there. Or local buy and I said in the car baba fan. Not now combine. No akoko si akono more by your own court in England. No could break any record into. As it stands now, about 46 goals now work at Hurricane or break the record of Alan Shearer as far as the leading top scorer of the EPL or your concern. And by then they had to go in initially with an amount of about 70 million euros. Nkonfona nje Tottenham to Dabi Daniel Levy also menje. And a player was also the BM because there is another one. But I want to 100 million in upfront for black and son of the boy what they are. And I think that it is in the right state because all one alcohol cover in Portugal water and alcohol cover kwana. Debbie, he's their cash cow. It's the end turn Hurricane 100 million. Women's son and cotton nana, Dijon Kulisevsky, and I read that in the Zika. Debut, he is their cash cow. And there's the time that they can cash in on him. And 100 million for Hurricane, a leading top scorer and a consistent one for that matter. Or you go to person.
Okay. I Spice 91.9 FM.